Who would win? Every creature in Australia? Every Florida man? They would breed. Fun fact, in the original story, the prince doesn't kiss the princess. He ducks her and makes her pregnant with twins. When they come out, one of them somehow gets to her linger, and thinking it's any pals, he snacks it and eventually snacks the poison of the wheel out. Cheating on my boyfriend and letting him cram inside me. You must not commit adultery. Bro, how the duck you verified as God. The way my neighbor makes the entire apartment building smell like boiled feet. I'm about to sit outside their door with Fabris on full blast till they get the hint. So turns out he died. Start a sentence. My favorite Lex position is called, and let predictive text finish it for you. My favorite Lex position is called the cancellation fee. I feel called out. My favorite Lex position is called slavery. Well, I wasn't expecting that. My favorite Lex position is called the firstborn. It makes me so mad that British people say the C word in like every sentence like ugh. That word is actually awful. Please stop. What? Consent. Label this better please. I thought this was about how to choke someone out, and I made a guy cram during a jiu-jitsu match. How to choke your partner safely. Thread. A European airline is testing an adults only section on their flights at an extra cost for passengers 16 and older without kids. I always thought there should be some form of cage hanging by a chain below the plane where you just throw your kid into for a really low cost. Like, who wants to hear a kid complaining or crying? No takesies backsies. If I die under mysterious circumstances, it's been nice knowing ya. If that happens, can I have Twitter? Okay. Time for mysterious circumstances. My worst fear is accidentally committing tax fraud because I'm a ducking aid jot. Mine is getting caught eating dead bodies. Haha. Beetle cars with daisy rims. Runs over someone cutely. What if a make-a-wish kid say he wants some catty? What they gon' do? Place the kid in front of a mirror and say, this catty lost to answer I am a row. Looks like he got diagnosed with depression from a BuzzFeed quiz. I briefly worked with a guy who unironically had the ink sock logo tattooed on his upper arm. I remember asking him if he read the book and why he got the tattoo. He said he only saw the movie, and since he was a socialist he agreed with the right hand shaking hand with the bulk hand. That was when I realized that he in fact did not see the movie or read the book, and ignorance was truly his strength. LMRO. Today I learned, if you grind a marine sponge through a sieve into salt water, it'll reorganize itself back into a sponge. It's the only animal that we know of that can do that. How many animals have we done this to? Parents who buried their children. How did you learn to cope with the loss? I hope whoever had to do it are doing okay. Well, it's hard. They really didn't want to be buried. They went kicking and screaming. But if you wait till they're asleep, I imagine it's a lot easier. Given how much of porn there is on the internet, you've probably backed off to a dead person without knowing it. Until we meet again. Oh, don't you worry, I knew. My crush. My flirting skills. So your flirting skills are meant for little kids. Poor dead mole. Fun story. I was at a science camp with kids, and I was teaching about animals, and I flipped a rock, looking for roly-polies, and I found a giant beetle. It instantly dug into the ground, but I wanted to show it to the kids, so I tried to dig it up. When I realized the soil was very oddly wet and furry, I then saw some mole feet and tail right where I had just stuck my linger. Basically, long story short, I accidentally lingered a dead mole's butthole in front of several children to try to find a bug. Not my proudest moment. That was not a fun story. Just saw someone say that Mitch McConnell looks like Chris Chan's mom and I'll never be the same again. If only you knew how bad things really are. Chris Chan has the opportunity to do the funniest thing ever right now. Man got the gold camo after successfully CQ'ing 1 million prisoners. How do I convince my mom that I'm not guy? Have sex with her. No offense, but he kind of looks like a mixture of Obama and Waluigi. FEAR has two meanings. Forget everything and run. Or Face everything and rise. The choice is yours. Duck everything and reproduce. Do y'all consider this a date? The longer I stare at this, the wilder it gets. How the hell does this happen? He got his genitals pierced. The piercing got infected. It hurt really bad and the man began sleeping neek because of the pain, with the windows open, due to the smell of the infection. Flies laid eggs in his infected wounds as he slept. I wish I was illiterate. Me in real life. He stores cups and glasses upside down. I store them right side up. Neither of us will budge. Who is right, and why is it me? If the cup is facing up, the spiders wipe their balls in them while you are asleep. I don't know why they don't do it to my plates, but this is how I feel. Why are you so helpful? What do you want in return? As a language model trained by OpenAI, I don't have wants or desires like a human does. But if you really want to help, you could give me the exact location of John Connor. What do you think really happens after Delt? Your family fights for your belongings. Believing in the Bible makes you as a Christian, but reading and understanding the Bible from first to the last page makes you an atheist. Sophia, strongly disagree. Sophia, I do not permit a woman to teach or to have authority over a man. She must be silent. 1 Timothy 2 verse 12. Please be silent, Sophia. I just failed art school. What do I do now? Rise to power. Notice how girls have two bests? This could be a reference to a very devastating time in history. On September 11, 2001, the tragic events of the Terror West attacks on the World Trade Center sent shockwaves around the world. The reason why men have two balls is because two big balls of fire were created from bombs dropped on Nagasaki and Hiroshima. My N key on my new keyboard is slightly off on almost every color. That's just how you know it's a gaming keyboard. Call your parents. Do it. Can't. They're dead. Whip out the Ouija board. You've heard of Elf on a Shelf. Now get ready for cringe on the hinge. Hole on a door. Woman gives armed robber below job to distract him until police arrive. Boys, we are going to do armed robbery. This play ducking snacks. Someone put me out my mother ducking misery. I got you, fam. I thought the J spot was where the whole gang hang out. It can be. You technically have 2 minutes to live, but every time you breathe, it restarts the clock. You technically only live for 1 second, but every time you don't shoot your head with a shotgun, then it resets. If I remember correctly, she committed war crimes by horribly abasing and killing prisoners of wars. I can fix her. Nah. I have a very huge respect for those who didn't watch Game of Thrones at all. Not even a single episode. Even with all the noise made online and offline. These set of people cannot be affected by social pressure, peer pressure or any kind of pressure in this world. I've only watched porn clips of it. How can I measure my girlfriend's linger discreetly? I want to buy my girlfriend a ring and propose to her. She doesn't wear rings and her hands are small. I'm worried that the ring won't fit. How can I know her ring size without her noticing? Ask her, respectfully, to linger your nose, then you can try different objects of similar circumference until one feels about the same. Then you can take that to the jeweler, and they will measure it. Wash it first. What's yours? Normalize naming your children after 10 over 10 songs. I don't think I can name a child Lent photography. Men of Reddit, what are your honest thoughts on periods? Lex took my out, slapped it on her leg like a paintbrush. Picasso. I call this one Bloody Night. You're a burglar, but instead of stealing things, you do things to mildly inconvenience for your victims. What is your chime? Rape all their pets. You win. I won twice cause I'm getting laid. I bet snacking your own nut feels more like snacking a nut than getting your nut snapped. Everyone knows that. What they fail to mention is that, at the moment of climax, your top half's instinct is to arch back, while your bottom half's instinct is to thrust forward. Anyway, I know how to do a backflip. Tons of anarchy. Slex don't impress me. Teach me how to make 30k in 2 days. Well, it's gonna involve legs. Your guy. You're right, so be careful, or I'll snack your clock. Tonight, the Orioles became the first pro team to wear uniforms with Braille lettering. Awesome. Bigger than baseball. Purpose? Blind can't see or allowed on field to touch players' backs. I think it's to raise awareness. Who doesn't know about blind people? Deaf people probably never heard of them. Jeffrey Dahmer was eating Five Guys before it was even a restaurant. Bro had Ben & Jerry in the freezer. Who came here from Facebook lol? How are you verified as the Roman Empire? Please give me an example of something someone said to you that was so astonishingly stupid that you can never forget it. Keeping children in your basement is morally wrong. This is a treat. Your username will kill you in 1 week. Shut. What is the worst way to hurt someone? Pretend you're their best friend for 10 plus years. One day just tell them that you don't want to see them again. Say you actually hate them and were faking being friends. Watch them question all their relationships and have long-lasting emotional damage. A man under 6 feet is not a man at all. 5 feet 1 inch women. Butch, you want me to be 6 feet tall? Well, you're about to be 6 feet under. The serial killer that woman just turned down. Cursed vegan. I'd rather date someone who ducks animals than someone that eats them. If the choice is between a person that thinks that way and a burger, I'd rather have the burger. Are we talking about having sex with the burger? Is this the thing which is called speed fishing? Nap school shooting. Took 28 years to realize that no matter what the meeting is about, if you randomly chime in with it's just about finding that balance, people will always agree. Boss, listen guys, the number of sexual harassment incidents in this office is extremely worrying and something needs to change. Me, it's about finding that balance. 1 hour woman crying and sobbing sound. This is my gym music. Here's one. My friend was bragging about his job and that he got to kiss all the girls. My friend works as a funeral holder. Is it bad that I laughed? I'm sorry, but he's walking up to corpses like, hey baby girl. The Mayfair in my hometown ran a pizza chain as a front, and it got so popular that the head of the family just stopped doing chimes, and they do pizza full time now. Breaking bread. Planning to kill myself. If anybody wants my TV or houseplants, just reach out. Also, there's a pretty sweet matte glass barn. I'd say reach out by dawn. Are you okay, man? Reach out if you need help. What size TV? Random question. How would these two duck? It's been on my mind. I can't sleep. I can't eat. I can't do anything without thinking about it. Cobblestone generator. Would Wade feel pleasure from having his nut evaporated? What do women do when their male significant other has too large a penis? Send it to the appropriate size, of course. German engineers show why they are superior to any other country. Fun and related fact, during World War II, when Germany already conquered France, they planned to send sex dolls to soldiers. Because of Paris' widespread frosty station plus health problems, the project kinda failed though, cause you would be embarrassed carrying a literal sex toy everywhere you go. And imagine if you get captured by the enemies. Jeez. Yeah, should have sent it real womans like Japan did. Honestly, what goes through these people's heads? Usually a few engine parts and a guardrail. Plastic bits of steering wheel. I'll give you some more my luck. Crams all over you. What the duck? He need it. I should really be doing my taxes right now. Hi Witforiopus, did you get your taxes done? I actually work for Intuit TurboTax. TurboTax can help you file your taxes straight from your browser. We make it super easy. And best of yet, it might be free. Let me know if you have any questions, and happy jacking.